Get started. I really don't understand what's up with the whole Pawn Stars copy pasta. The Pawn Stars creepy pasta. Can someone find me a Pawn Stars creepy pasta? That sounds amazing. No. Nancy, you're too important. Fucking Pawn Stars creepypasta. Alright, how the fuck do I play this game? Wait, is this really? What? I'm Rick and this is my death shop. I work here with Satan who gave me the pawn shop. Alright, thanks, Pi. Thanks a lot, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm actually upset. Okay. Shift B. Anytime. I work with Satan here in my pawn shop. Hello, is this the police? This is Dolores Park. Someone's in my house. I hear footsteps coming from downstairs. My husband's on a business trip and won't be home for another hour. Please come right now. I know it must be some terrorist who's gonna rob and rape me. I've locked myself in the room, but the door won't stop this beast. It's probably just her husband. Go get him, Forbes. It's nice, I only have to really play this game with one hand, so that, you know, I can use the other one for other things. A crowd is gathered on the steps of City Hall, demanding that city officials legalize euthanasia. The protesters are chanting, "My life, my death, my choice." City Hall employees that report that the people brought homemade signs and the protest is proceeding peacefully. Alright, then that's fine. Parks. Mr. Parks returned from a business trip an hour early. It was he who was making the noise in the house. Librarian Ronaldo Boone reported that a young man came in looking for books on chemistry and monographs with explosive substances and publications on extremist topics. Many of the books he requested are prohibited. The guy looked scary. His eyes made my blood run cold. As soon as the suspect sees the police, he pulls a huge knife from his bag and rushes towards the librarian, shouting, "You called the pigs?" The library, for God's sake. Fucking asshole. There's a second one? Or is this part 2? Spooky. Alright, man. I can't handle this. This is too much for my brain. Chief Boyd, I represent the interests of a private military corporation, which is hoping to attract a significant investment from your city. We're preparing an investor presentation, and we'd like to demonstrate the inadequacy of police training in matters of public safety. Please understand this is just business, and we can all win here. Give us a couple hours with your weakest and laziest guys, and my kids will look like gladiators next to them. I promise you, the company will remain in your debt. Alright, go embarrass yourselves. Why not? Free money. God, what a turn on. There's one thing that turns me on, it's Pawn Stars creepypasta. Parishioner Mana Bush, while she was on her way to church, encountered a group of incredibly strange teenagers. They were running around in weird costumes, fighting with sticks, and talking like robots. Maybe these crazy kids escaped from a mental hospital. Better catch them and send them back. Why am I doing this? Should have spent the top dogs. Ah, that's genius. Why am I doing this weird Boston voice for everyone? Everyone in a major city talks like this, you know? Yeah, come on, lady. Boss, these guys are like machines. They walked all over us. But we learned a lot. 20 minutes with these guys is better than a whole year at the academy. Mr. Cortell says he was very pleased with our performance, and he offered us free training at that training complex. What do you think? Fucking cosplayers. Piece of shit. Cosplayers deserve to be arrested. Ladies Shell was enraged about some comment that her colleague Matthew Tolland made, so she grabbed a stapler and began to beat him over the head with it. Then Miss Shell yelled loudly and lashed out at the secretary. She's having a nervous breakdown. Please hurry, said the suspect's boss, who phoned the incident in. Jesus, guys, calm down. Some almonds, please. An anonymous tip just came in. A large shipment of Colombian coffee is being unloaded, and they're shipping heroin inside the bags of beans. There's only a few guards watching them unload the shipment, so if the police roll up, they might just give up without a fight. The elderly Cornella Davis called up in a fit of hysteria. Come over quick, I've been robbed. This little bastard stole a treasure. Little bastard. Don't worry, we'll stop those thieves. Thieves? Woman grabbed a second stapler. In her hands, these staplers look like deadly weapons. Punch her in the face. Dual-wielding staplers. That's definitely a strategy I've not heard of before. A respectable-sounding man with a sleepy voice called in, complaining that fireworks are being set off right in front of his house. They look like bums, but they have huge bags filled with all sorts of fireworks. Yancey's not gonna go on his own, will he? Come on, man. Day 82, not bad. Thanks, man. I don't know what our chances of failure are. Cornelia Davis was quarreling with the mother of a little boy who climbed into the fountain and took out a few coins. I made that wish, and you little bastard stole it.
I was trying to raise 10 water sergeants hotspot.
Okay. I actually want to see. I think we can check. There's a place we can check, yeah, statistics. We've got 98 days left. What's up, Painkiller? How are you doing? Patricia Buckler says that 10 or so people came into her farm with some strange equipment. They wandered around with their gear for a while, then stopped and began to dig a huge pit. Her husband didn't approve of the people rummaging around on his property, but his attempt to investigate ended in a fight. The farmer was beaten badly. This is not alright. Had enough Mass Effect? I try not to play too much of one game, or else it kind of like wears me out, so try to keep like an evenish split. But we will be back to Mass Effect tomorrow at 8. I actually wanted to play more. It's been pretty fun. I don't fucking... we don't have enough. I don't know what I'm missing. Dude, this guy seems sweet. This looks like the guy from Heavy Rain. The main character. I should play some fucking Heavy Rain, how about that? Okay. Anyways.
212. Looks like we have a situation here.
There are 3 drunk men on the street lighting fireworks and throwing them about. When they see the police, one of them pulls out a firelock and looks a lot like a dynamite and sets the fuse. Like firecracker. The man throws the explosive to one of his friends. The wick is burned halfway already.
213 complete.
Aw, damn it. They shot each other at the same time. We lost great drunk men there. Somehow playing with dynamite and drinking alcohol as a deadly combination. And McDonald is out of energy. I'm really excited for more story progression, actually. I wasn't even, like, interested in the story at this point. But now I really want to know what's happening. A bunch of crazy stuff's been going on. Out of school? Yeah. Yeah, you can go. Wow, that's cool, Painkiller. What's up, man? New stuff to buy. Yes. September 11th. I don't remember this. Oh yeah, I do. I don't know how this guy leaves work at 2 a.m. and then gets to work at 7 a.m. 2 garbage men were emptying some cans near a bus stop. A drunk man came past and thought he'd make fun of them. He tried to make them fight him, so the garbage men got angry, stuffed him in a can, and threw him into their garbage truck. They then continued on the route. Alright, you guys gotta stop. That is not a cool thing to do. I don't know how all garbage trucks work, but don't a lot of them compress the trash when you throw it in? Or don't some of them do that at least? I guess we're talking, this is a long time ago, right? So it probably didn't have that kind of thing. The police caught up with the garbage truck and pulled it over. The 2 men in overalls are laughing in the cab. The drunk man gets out of the garbage truck, shakes the dirt off, and attacks the police. And here's the real beast. Scavengers, bastards, you're the worst of all. Filling your bellies at our expense. You should die. They should? Yeah, I know newer ones do it. Otherwise trash takes up so much space. Yeah, exactly. 2 old men were sitting on a park bench playing chess. Suddenly one of them dashed the pieces off the board, grabbed it, and started beating his opponent over the head with it. The eyewitness who called in was quite agitated. Hurry, the old man's whole head is covered in blood. Fucking... Who takes chess that seriously? Come on, guys. Chill out. Something going down at the Sugar Dream Confectionery. I feel like being a garbage man would be a pretty crappy job, though. An elderly employee at Scissors Sisters, an office supply store, reported that a courier brought a suspicious parcel. The return address is smeared with ketchup or blood. Nobody else can hear it, but I swear I hear something ticking inside. Look at those crazy eyes. Alright, 2 days. Sometimes things are just happening like this and everything's smooth. A young female psychiatrist said an addict with a length of steel pipe is trying to break into a pharmacy. Well, that can't be going on. Oh man, you know what news I heard that's actually really exciting to me and probably no one else on the entire planet? A large box of staples. The original Dead Rising 1, is being re-released on PC. And I'm actually super happy about that because I love that game. An old man called in to report that right in front of his favorite park bench, a group of crazy-looking people wearing very revealing clothing were flopping around in the grass, spitting on the feelings of God-fearing Christians and alarming everyone who walks past. What is going on here? Beard Cell, you figure that out. Wasting police resources.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
Tickle his feet. The addict falls out of the window and back onto the street. He drops a scrap of pipe and tries to escape. The one time where I think flirt with the pharmacist is the wrong choice. Every other time, though, definitely flirt with the pharmacist. A yoga group. Of course. Sheesh, old man, come on. Kimberly Adams was celebrating her birthday with some friends and acquaintances. After a long dinner, she started opening her gifts and found a huge dildo. She flushed and then grabbed the sex toy and attacked her friend who gave her the gag present. You bitch! You soulless monster! All my friends from the seminary are here, and this is what you want them to think of me? Miss Adams then continued to beat her friend over the head until she made a bloody mess of her scalp. What's wrong with a huge dildo, okay? Once again, I could really use your help. I'm trying to expand the ranch, but the adjacent territory belongs to some fucking idiots who are asking for an insane amount. Today I'd be at a regular meeting with them. I want a bunch of police officers to come into the meeting and start asking lots of questions about murders on the property, maniacs running loose, drug addicts living nearby, stuff like that. Basically help me put pressure on the sellers and knock the cost down a little bit. If the Freeburg police help me, I'll stretch my hand and offer, say, a boost in your budget. Enough for 5 new jobs. Okay. Yep. 5 new jobs. I will accept that. I just hope Foxman isn't upset about it. I hope we have people to send for that. Theodore Duramus, caretaker at the candy factory, reports that 5 masked men broke into the door and disappeared inside. The watchman wanted to do his duty and intervene, but there were too many of them. It wouldn't be smart. They'd just nail me to the wall. You better come sort this out yourself. This is actually the mafia job, so we'll actually let it. We'll ignore it. No big deal. An angry man just phoned in, yelling about his neighbors. He's been hearing terrible ringing and shouting coming from every side of his house. My ears are gonna explode. You have to stop them right away.
Officer on scene.
Oh my
Looks like
god.
we have a situation here.
The girl is pounding her friend's head with all her might. The victim hasn't been conscious for a while. A huge crowd is gathered around, and it's impossible to get near the fight. Seeing the police, the assailant comes to her senses, jumps up, and makes a break for the back door, pushing the people out of the way with her sex toy. Stop the sinner!
412A. 810 complete.
Nah, trust me. Ah. They got drunk, didn't they? Okay, yeah. Not a good time. Not a good friend if she's punching her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think you call her your friend anymore. Chief, we love playing the part. In the end, we had ourselves believe in it, and we really don't mind earning a little extra on the side. We don't even ask for a thank you. But we were all kind of hinted that we deserved a couple $100 extra for it. Mr. Moneybags just hissed at us and said to fuck off, that he was on the verge of making the deal of a lifetime. That's not how things are done. We're headed to the bar. Alright, just don't drive. For the rest of the day. Good lord, I can't lose Foxman, okay? That was my drunk voice. That's not very good.
510 in progress. 213 complete.
Miss Kent called to complain about a drunken neighbor who decided it'd be fun to go out after sunset and shoot the beer cans in his backyard. Get that drunk behind bars before he kills someone. Honestly, I'd hit it. I think you only have a best friend if you're willing to beat them to death with a dildo. That's important.
510 complete.
It's important for a relationship. Everything's fine. I think the day's done. It's an easy day. Fucking, my officer's going off duty and getting fucking hella smashed. Not okay. No such thing as a free lunch. Drug addiction increased by 38%. That's not great.
Mr. Boyd, this is for you.
That's it?
What's it?
This is from our guy?
What?
It's from the private detective?
What? Oh, no. No, Mr. Boyd. It's from an Agent Dixon.
Fine. I'm sorry I couldn't swing by before I left, but I'll definitely be back to celebrate your retirement. Ethan. Bobby Flash, Diamonds and Thieves. Bobby Flash and the Card Shop. Bobby Flash and the Cats Club. Bobby Flash and the Temptations. Ah, that's what I need.
Beautiful. Bobby Flash. What is this? He's dancing on the moon. Mr. Boyd, I'm Ron Atticus. He's like, Tell Mockingbird. We haven't yet had the pleasure, but I'm sure you've passed my lovely skyscraper from time to time. It's a wonderful building. I'd like to expand the surrounding territory. I've received all the necessary documents for the demolition of a small neighboring park. Crew's standing by, but as always, the rabble are causing a lot of problems. Ladies with strollers and dog lovers claiming that they use the park every day. I wouldn't want you to take me in for accidentally burying one of the protesters on a layer of concrete. If you can send some men to break up these bums, I'd be extremely grateful. Do we help this guy out? 6 cops is a lot to send. Jack, I just had a very pleasant conversation with Mr. Devlin, who's incredibly flattering about your lurk, and donated a large sum of money to satisfy the needs of the police department. It's enough for your staff to expand by 5, or rather, 2 people. Keep up the good work. Aw, you fucking asshole. My speech is always on the brink of falling apart. Apparently, this is a thing I can do at any point. A lunatic named Dorothy Townsend snuck out of her room again and broke into the seclusion area we have for violent criminals. She'd hoped to escape with her husband, who's also a patient. This was the report we'd just received from Carl Carter, doctor at the psychiatric hospital. The woman has raised a fuss among the other patients. The nurses are being beaten while the hospital is wrecked. They've locked themselves in and they're driving each other wild. Several nurses have barricaded themselves inside. We have to get them soon. Please hurry. Shit, man, that's so many officers to send. Ah, hell, let's do it. Screw it. Who cares about like a triple homicide or anything? You know, any real big deals happening.
911 in progress.
Yeah, who cares about a firefight? A witness says that a dark sedan abruptly stopped in the middle of the streets. A man with a pistol jumped out and began firing through the window of a restaurant. The caller thought it seemed like someone was firing back, but he wasn't sure. Alright, Nancy, you got it. Oh, man. Chief, what are you, crazy? Fine, Nancy. I see how it is. Just as I thought, Mr. Boyd, we'd make... I keep doing this stupid Boston accent. Just as I thought, Mr. Boyd, we'd make a great team. With my resources and your abilities, we could work wonders together. I'll be glad to provide you with any services I can, for a modest fee. It's the least I can do. Abduction. 6-year-old Alex went to the playground in the park with her father and disappeared in broad daylight. Elmo, you're on the case. It's been pretty slow though, all things considered. Hasn't felt very stressful recently.
910 in progress. 711 in progress.
Oh god. Teller noticed 3 hooded men enter the bank carrying a sports bag. The frightened teller whispered into the phone, "Hurry up, I think they're trying to rob us. Why else would they be carrying sports bags?" Dennis Chapman reported that his neighbor, Martin Floof, is holding 2 young girls against their will in his bomb shelter. The old fool is absolutely out of his gourd. He's convinced that the aliens are coming for us any day now, to destroy us, and he's prepared for the coming disaster. He built a bomb shelter, filled it with food, and somehow got those 2 girls down here. I hear them crying and I wanted to help, but Floof threatened me with his shotgun. And said not to intervene with his affairs. Mr. Chapman also explained that the suspect needed women to repopulate the earth after the disaster. Ah yes, understandably, of course. I'm not worried. I think that's a false alarm. Evelyn Farrell missed her flight because she mixed up the travel dates. Her contact with Top Adventures clearly stated that payments could be reimbursed only if the customer canceled the trip in advance, not a month after the fact. Sheesh, lady, come on. Get with the fucking program. Yeah, come on. Near the bomb shelter is a man with shifty eyes, wringing his hands. "Go away, vile aliens! You'll never get me and my wives!" Sir, you have to help us save the world. The president's waiting for you.
412A in progress.
Senior writer Ivan Bykov attacked a young editor who was reading his manuscript. The man tried to strangle him. Good call on the gym bags. Listen, man, I feel like bank tellers are real paranoid about this stuff. I don't even think Mr. Flight, because she mixed up the travel dates. Her contact with the Top Adventure clearly stated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, can you even go to the bank on that? It was only obvious. Like, if someone called the cops and said, "There's dudes with gym bags in the bank," would the cops really go? I don't know if they could do much of anything. Several witnesses reported that the naked man is riding a motorcycle throughout the city. He's carrying a pistol and shooting into the air while he laughs hysterically. He's very wild and dangerous. He almost knocked over a girl who was crossing the road, and then he took aim at her and tried to shoot her. Alright. Gucci and Yancy should probably deal with this.
713 in progress.
The tag team. A pizza delivery man picked up an order for the morning and didn't return for the rest of the day. The manager said their couriers have been attacked and robbed a few times, and they were worried about the young man. Missing person is Robert Derry, who's well known for his carelessness. He's also nearly been fired for absenteeism. I think it's still a concern. The grounds for investigation, so we'll do it.
Officer on scene.
Lykoff is sitting on top of the editor, strangling him. Yeah, why does he sell his house? How do you... That's how you convince... Oh god. Okay. That is how you convince a writer to listen to you. You just talk about their writings. A really good book, man. And then they're like, oh, what was your favorite part? And then you're like, I haven't read it. And then you tase them.
14, 11, 13 in progress.
Only reasonable thing to do. A tipsy bar visitor reported that the bartender tried to sell him a gun. Basically, I was just sitting there, drinking and complaining about my wife, who's insisting on a divorce. Bitch threatened to take away my children. Says I'm a drunk bastard who doesn't appreciate her. So I tell all this to the bartender, and he listened and nodded, and then he said, my friend, you gotta teach that bitch a lesson. Teach that bitch a lesson. Come on, I have exactly what you need in the back. So basically I follow him, and he's got a box with a bunch of guns. Pick one, he says. Give it to you cheap. But I just thought I'll think about it. And then I gave you guys a call. Alright, it shouldn't be a big deal. Guys, it's not going to be that big a deal.
713 complete.
God. Met some chicks on the beach. I'm telling you, if it's a big deal, we'll send backup. You'll be fine. They're also worried and paranoid all the time.
415 in progress.
Passerby says there's a group of sports cars racing down the roads at insane speeds. They'll kill anyone who gets in their way. These guys won't stop for nothing. Leave Coochie and Yancey back because they're hella ballers.
Officer on scene.
The bar is crowded and smoky, and there's a skinny guy lying on the floor. The bartender is wiping the counter with a dirty rag. Bartender drops his rag and puts his hand to their butt. The skinny guy on the floor starts to vomit.
1113
Fucking bartender, what an asshole. Like, how many cops can you send if there's just a bartender with guns?
415 complete.
Can't take it that seriously. Oh, damn it. You know what game's pretty sweet? LA Noire. That's a pretty cool game. Cop games, clearly the best. That's my favorite genre. Games about being a police officer. Crying and afraid they won't be able to live with me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't hold you at work if you have a court hearing. No, you're not. Court is having. Oh my god, you guys have real unfortunate things. Foxman. I want to give it to Flowers, but I think Foxman deserves it more. Been working real hard. Give me everything. Give me what you got.
Progress.
4 men flagged down a truck outside a diner and then pulled the truck driver out of the cab. The diner's cook called it in. Now they're searching the truck and one of the men is carrying an axe. Alright, that's a little serious. There's a lot of stress, man. You got a lot of discretion and things. If you want to get rid of an employee, we can offer a place for them in the attic security detail. Huh. Donation to the police department on your behalf so you can hire another detective. Prosecutor's office. Eight of your lucky subordinates can go to a luxury house party and relax properly. Huh. Alright. The safe firing thing actually seems like a pretty big boon. Oh, let me tab out for one. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. God, I still have these tabs of the fucking Pawn Stars creepypasta open for some reason. Okay.
912 in progress.
We've received a complaint from some students who say their new physical education teacher is extorting money from them for grades. Alright. We'll deal with it. We'll sort it out. Oh god. Oh my god. Police arrive at the gyms during recess, and the gym teacher spots them and tries to escape. But the exit is chained shut and the windows are secured with 6 steel screens. Thick steel screens. Welcome back, corner of the earth. How are you doing? I hope the packing is going well. Fucking fire some shots into the air. Light the rope on fire. Yep, here we go. The only reasonable thing to do. Scanlon is a very reasonable man. Man called an emergency, whispering hysterically that he's sitting in the kitchen and Mephistopheles is coming over for a drink. It's the goddamn devil! Come get him! Not Mephistopheles, man. Just finished. It was a lot of shit. Oh, I imagine. Drivers gathered in the City Hall parking lot protesting against the recent increase in vehicle tax. According to one eyewitness, they set fire to several tires, but otherwise they're behaving fairly well. An elderly homeless man was found urinating on the wall of the cathedral. One of the parishioners who found him grew furious. He threw the old man to the ground and beat the bottoms of his feet, shouting, "You're an animal! You don't deserve to walk this earth!" Yeah, packing is like a lot of work. I hate packing. Oh, come on. Fine, we'll wait for some other officers. Oh, corner of the earth. If you don't know what this is, essentially we play as a police chief and we send people out on duty
910C in progress.
to deal with crimes. It's a little more intricate than that, but that's about the gist of it. Tony Bingham, a broker, spoke quickly on the phone. I just brushed up against some asshole in a blue baseball cap out on the street. He came up behind me, jabbed me in the back with a gun, and took my wallet, my watch, and my gold ring. While I was looking for a payphone to call the police, I saw him again. He's 10 yards away, and I'm looking right at him. Maybe you should fucking go a safe distance away from that man.
412E.
Alright. How did the thing with Mephistopheles go? It went good. That's good.
211 in progress.
There are a few people on the street, 2 of them wearing baseball caps. Suspect strikes a police officer and reaches for his gun.
910C.
Oh no! Rest in peace, Scanlon. Ugh. Think you packed too much shit. You got like 8 bankers plus 45 miscellaneous boxes and your tower and monitor. I definitely overpack. Bring your Scanlon had 3 stars, dude. Oh, rest in peace. Bringing your tower is probably a lot. My fucking computer is huge, so. Veteran David Crockett claims that his neighbor is a student is constantly taking shits on his front porch. Look, he nearly plastered every step. This has to stop. Alright, Samadi, this sounds like a job for you. Samadi's dealt with a lot of people taking shits. He served on the force for 75 days and we let him down. feel like a real bad person.
216 complete. 412A in progress. Complete.
Enraged by the latest wave of cuts at the plant, Adair Ortiz attacked his boss and beat him severely. His co-workers are afraid Mr. Ortiz has really snapped and called the police. One husky iron worker said this: "We always had problems with Ada. He gets angry a lot, but this time it's different. His eyes are bloodshot. He's growling like a wild beast. And he's about to throw the boss in a vat of molten metal." Molten. Actual culprits were... Damn it. I was really hoping that it would actually be the student shitting on his lawn. You'd rather overpack than underpack. Yeah, I totally agree. Getting there and not having enough is way worse than having to carry too much.
1111A in progress.
Drug trafficking. A witness saw several cars in the port surrounded by a dozen armed men. They were unloading something suspicious. Alright. Damn it. That was the wrong button.
We've got a situation here.
Ada Ortiz is standing over a vat of molten metal. He's wearing a protective suit and holding an unconscious body by the throat, screaming like a wild man. Alright. I thought about just shooting him. Sometimes it's the best bet. Received an anonymous tip that a local car dealership is being used to smuggle heroin. According to the anonymous source, the drugs are hidden in a spare tire. You'll see. Alright, go sort that out, guys. What's going on here? Alright, cool. Found heroin. Fucking sell it. Just gotta sell the heroin. I definitely tend to overpack, though. I'll pack way more clothes than I need. Because I'm like, man, what if 3 pairs of clothes light on fire or something? What am I gonna do then? Some competitors who are hoping to harm the car dealer's reputation. What a bunch of assholes. In peace, Scanlon. You'll be missed. Cuts prison funding in half? Oh my god. Bloody Shirt 5, my favorite movie. Fucking white. Our house burned down last night and my elderly father was inside. We need to somehow make sense of this and then start planning the funeral. Yes, you can have work off. That's totally understandable. Fucking someone not coming into work is unacceptable, though. Fucking, you come to work and you give me an explanation, and if you don't, I fire your ass. That's how it is. Alright, who didn't come in? White? Yeah. Oh, why did I just fire him illegally? I guess I forgot which side it was on. Oh well. Can we have room for one more officer? Mistakes were made. But it's okay. Three drunk women entered the all-night store and grabbed a drink of Diet Coke, and then the shopkeeper walked into the back room. They climbed behind the counter, grabbed the shotgun, and wounded the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper's wife, who lives on the second floor, called the police. Oh, okay, here we go. Sweet. I guess there's no reason not to ask for her. After that, we can probably start making them more powerful. But efficiency is pretty important. 3 times a day is probably more than enough, though.
1210 in progress.
The Black Handsome Barber Shop called to report that a man in a hood and sunglasses asked for a haircut so that no one could recognize him. Hairdresser Emmett Brooks suspected that the man might be on the run from the law. He even agreed to dye his hair blonde. There's obviously something wrong. Yeah, there's gotta be a big deal going on. It's the only explanation.
We've got a situation.
The women are having fun, drinking alcohol and throwing food around the store. When they see the police, one of them grabs the shotgun and opens fire. What a bunch of idiots. Carmelo Kawan has been fighting with his 42-year-old mother's 23-year-old boyfriend. That was a mouthful. A neighbor called the police and said that the people had been at it for a long time, shouting at each other in the street. Then things suddenly went downhill fast. They started fighting and the son pulled out a gun and opened fire on the others. The woman was shot in the leg and her boyfriend got at least 3 shots in the stomach. Good lord. He's even willing to dye his hair blonde. There must be a problem. Kindergarten teacher Carolina Cunningham reported that wow, how come all these people have such confusing names? Vasilevia holy shit. Vasileva burst into the nursery, grabbed her son, and tried to run. The school knew she'd lost direct custody in the divorce, so security stopped her as soon as she tried to escape through the exit. Now the suspect's locked herself in her room, is demanding that the school release her son. I just kept adding fucking random letters into that whole thing. I don't know what was going on there. Words are hard. You know, I try my best, but it's quite a struggle. An elderly disabled woman watched from her window as a mother struck her young son in the face and then began to drown him in the inflatable pool. Okay, there's no way this is actually going on, but I'll send one anyways. A young waitress reports that a wanted fugitive just entered her restaurant. I don't remember what his name was or what he did, but the TV said he was very... Okay.
We've got a situation here.
Behind the door, the child is yelling and speaks in murmurs. I want my daddy. In the background, there's a sound of someone trying to open a window. Sheesh, lady. Everything's fine. No one died. Thank goodness. It seems to be coming to a crawl. Mr. Boyd, we were able to demolish the park next to the skyscraper. Now there's another problem. We'd begun work at this site, and someone had been sneaking in at night and stealing construction materials. Either my guards are deaf, or they're in it with the thieves. Send over a few of your men, have them cover the perimeter, and grab anyone suspicious. But don't take the thieves to the police station. I'll deal with the bastards my way. Welcome back, Corner of the Earth. I need to find a shorter name for you.
414 complete. 1210 complete.
I'm not streaming much longer. No, probably after this day we'll call it a night. I'm pretty tired from the whole trip. But we will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST. Playing more Mass Effect 3.
410A in progress.
A stoned voice shouted in the emergency line that some guy... Earth's Corner? That's pretty good. That some guy with a top hat was going to saw a woman in half at the park. The animal has no limits! He's gonna kill the poor girl! He was chanting to the crowd of crazies who gathered around to watch. It's some kind of sacrifice. Please send every cop you can. Alright. Yeah, normally I actually stream Should have had that as your name first. It's
311A in progress.
not a bad name though.
410A.
Normally I'd stream longer than usual. I usually stream more than 4 hours, but I'm just a little exhausted today. 4 black men with shovels and metal detectors were walking along the beach and came upon something valuable. First they hurried to dig up their big find, before they finished digging, they began to swear and argue over each other's shares. The man with the gray beard got tired of his friend and bashed the guy in the head with the metal detector. He fell over on the sand and the 3 remaining are going at it. An eyewitness called the police and recommends that we hurry. That might be a good idea.
911 in progress.
Pavel Holub said that he paid a girl to spend the night with him last night. In the morning he said goodbye to her, but later when he went to the closet, he found that some jewelry worth $3,000 went missing. Mr. Holub was prepared to show the police where the girl can usually... Sure. Send you this music video for why you named yourself that? Okay, sure. I'm curious.
311A complete.
My god, it's gonna be so nice finally sleeping in my Lucifer in the sky with lizards.
911.
It's gonna be really nice finally sleeping in my own bed. Fight broke out at the Butterflies on Crack punk rock concert. Okay, this is actually a thing. Wonder, we're still not very close. We need a couple more things, maybe. You feel? It's so hard, like living, even for a few days without sleeping in your own bed. It's just rough. And then once you finally get back, it's just so amazing. Too bad this sunburn is still gonna kill me tonight.
Looks like we have a situation here.
The crowd is screaming on the dance floor and people are crawling around and struggling to get up. Meanwhile on the stage, the musicians are fighting with some of their more violent fans. The vocalist starts yelling into the microphone, "Fuck the cops! Piss on the pigs!" People begin to rush to the police.
311B complete.
I think it has something to do with the mentality around your bed. I think you just get so used to the way something like that feels. And then once you get something almost worth being away just for that first sleep back, yeah. You're not wrong. I think it should have auto-saved right there, but... Oh. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna stop for now, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry you couldn't watch too much Earth's Corner, but I understand because school is more important than Twitch. You're sunburnt, you need to buy some turtle lotion. I was hoping we had some aloe at my house, but we don't. What is turtle lotion? I've never heard of that. It's from Mexico, and you're 100% sure it's illegally made? Alright, I'll see you guys later. I will see you tomorrow.